Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic Focus. My name is Deborah Mwania and joining me for sign language interpretation is Samuel Wainaina. Welcome. The Catholic Bishop of Ngong, John Obala Owa, has called on Christians to embrace supporting the church towards self-reliance. The bishop spoke during the ordination of 9 deacons to the priesthood at St. Joseph's Cathedral in Ngong.
Look at these 9 deacons. They are Africans. I know their mothers and fathers and uncles. The time has come. And I'm not referring only to male missionaries. All other missionaries emanating from our continent, from our countries, from our parishes, from our dioceses, have a right to receive our support. Last year, in the month of September, like this, we bishops of Kenya went to Rome, and we were told that Rome is not a bancomat anymore. A bancomat is it's equivalent to, what is this place you receive money from? ATM. So we were told, bishops, impress upon the faithful the importance of growing, encouraging a self-supporting church, a self-reliant church, not in a sense of cutting everybody off because the church is universal, but not to expect any more.
On other news, farmers' cooperative societies in Matungulu sub-county, Machakos County, have raised concerns over what they describe as an elaborate scam orchestrated by a self-styled coordinator who they claim has been extorting money while dangling false promises of fast-tracking land title deeds. The societies now want police and the DCI to intervene in their alleged found that has left members counting heavy losses. Sasha Elizabeth will bring us the story in details. Mwanyambo Comprehensive School in Voi has made history as the first junior secondary school to receive a modern science laboratory funded through the Voi and GCDF. The facility, which will serve more than 790 students, is expected to boost hands-on learning in STEM subjects under the competency-based education system. Let's have a look.
Speaking during the official commissioning, Voi Member of Parliament Miss Abdi Chome said that the laboratory will go a long way in addressing challenges facing the implementation of CBE. His sentiments were echoed by the school's head teacher, who noted that the facility will enhance science learning and boost academic performance.
Tumeangalia katika mfumo mpya wa elimu, changamoto kubwa sana iko katika ile pathway ya STEM, ile ya science, technology, engineering na mathematics, kwa sababu laboratories ni zinatakikana sana, na ndio maana tumeweka milioni 24.5 mpaka karibu milioni 28.5 ama 29 hivi kujenga maabara katika shule 2 za sekondari na 3 za comprehensive. Na huu ndio wakati wa kuwashika, kuwaleta ili waweze kuwa wabunifu, waweze kufanya masomo hayo wayasome, tuwatayarishe.
Hii science laboratory ita improve sana matokeo ya wanafunzi katika somo la science, kwa sababu labu yetu iko na materials ambazo tumezinunua tukitumia pesa ambayo tunapewa na serikali ya infrastructure.
On his part, Moses Dibo, the chairperson of the school's board of management, lauded the initiative, saying the number of students taking science subjects is set to double following the launch of the modern laboratory.
Tunajua itakuwa kama mahali pa kuwatengeneza ama kuwaunda mainjinia wa vizazi vijavyo, mainjinia, madaktari, wanasayansi, utafiti. Tayari hivi tunahamasisha watoto wetu wakijua kwamba sayansi katika STEM ni kitu ambacho kina uhitaji mwingi sana. Tukijua vyema sasa hivi tabia nchi ni changamoto, na haya yote ni mambo ya sayansi.
Gabriel Mokoma, Taita Taveta.
Moving forward, the Kenya Kwanza government is once again under public scrutiny, this time over concerns of spending without a proper budget. Civic voices are questioning whether funds are being used responsibly, with calls for accountability growing louder. Recent questioning has been made by Machakos Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi, who has joined growing civic voices demanding accountability in the use of public funds. Susan Bulemi has this report.
Machakos Deputy Governor Francis Mwangangi is among those sounding the alarm. He says the government is channeling large sums of money into handouts meant to woo voters instead of making meaningful investments in national development. Speaking at St. Zeno Catholic Church in Ndidhini, Machakos County, after a Sunday service, Mwangangi faulted the launch of programs targeting women and youth without a clear budget framework. He described the move as a violation of the country's investment laws and a misuse of public resources.
Sikuizi further tumerudi mtindo ambao uliisha zamani sana. Mtindo wa ikiwa watu wa Muthesia mnataka maendeleo, sasa mnabebwa hapa, mnapelekwa mahali hapa. Alafu mkitoka hapo 10,000 each one of you. 10. Sasa na wale wengi ya mtu, wale mamilioni ya mtu aenda kule Ikulu, mtakula nini? Sasa what kind of development is that? Mimi ni msomi wa maendeleo na hakuna nchi inaendelea kupitia handouts.
He further criticized the distribution of electric motorbikes to young men in the boda sector, terming it a short-sighted initiative. According to him, the repayment costs are higher than those of regular motorcycles, and the reality of poorly developed rural roads make the project unsustainable in the long run.
Boda nimeona wanafanyiwa harambee. Alafu wanaambiwa sasa we want you to have electric motorcycles. Sasa hizo motorcycles unaambiwa lazima kwanza udeposit KCB 5,000. Ukideposit 5,000 unaambiwa every day utalipa 180 shillings. Every day you are supposed to charge that motorcycle. Na hiyo motorcycle si kama hizi zingine. Hizi barabara za mchanga kwenda ni ngumu na iwezi beba zaidi ya watu wawili. Sasa tunatafutia watu biashara ama ni namna gani? By the time you pay that boda within 2 years, unapata you have almost paid 3-4 times. Kuna haja gani? Sine afadhali you zero rate the way Kibaki and Kalonzo did. You zero rate maneno ya kuimport motorcycles and assembling the same. It will come down to 60,000. Watu wengi watanunua kuliko hii ya sasa tunafanya siasa nayo.
Mwangangi also pointed to recent government-sponsored meetings, such as the gathering of teachers at State House, where promises and alleged handouts were issued. Yet, only days later, a section of teachers threatened to go on strike under the University Academic Staff Union, raising questions about the effectiveness of such spending.
Saa hii waadhiri wa vyuo vikuu wamesema wanaenda mgomo. The policies are upside down ya hii serikali. We want watu waendelee. Sasa walimu walikuwa Ikulu juzi wakapewa iti 10,000. Leo wanasema wanataka kungoma.
He emphasized that Kenya needs long-term solutions to challenges affecting citizens, not temporary giveaways that offer no lasting impact.
10,000 people, each 10,000. How much is that? 100 million. If it is 100 million, hebu angalia hiyo fedha ikiletwa hapa Ndidhini. Itafanya kazi kiasi gani? Itafanya kazi kiasi gani? Na ndio maana unaona kwa sababu vyuo vikuu ya Jamhuri ya Kenya, public universities, ni kama saa hii zote zinakwisha. Kwa sababu kisa na maana fedha ndio hiyo. Tunakusanya tupatie delegates.
For months now, members of parliament allied to the Kenya Kwanza administration have been actively campaigning through donations to youth groups, a trend that critics argue reflects misplaced priorities. Reporting for Catholic Focus, my name is Susan Bulemi.
Former State House Chief of Staff and lawyer Nzioka Waita has strongly condemned the brutal killing of Advocate Charlo Bobo, calling on Kenyans to refrain from extrajudicial killings and instead trust in the rule of law to resolve disputes. Maureen Kimani reports.
Speaking at Katangi in Yatta Sub-County, Machakos, Waita expressed deep concern over the advocate's death. He emphasized that Kenya's judicial and constitutional frameworks exist to offer fair avenues for addressing grievances and urged citizens to utilize these systems rather than taking the law into their own hands.
As a lawyer, I'm particularly perturbed by the death of our senior Bobu. And I just feel that we must be in a situation where law and order carries the day. We must provide rules. We must provide avenue for the judicial system and the legal system to work optimally so that people don't look to solve problems outside of legal frameworks, because it's not sustainable. There's always going to be somebody more violent and prepared to do worse things in order to solve disputes. And I feel that any form of violence meted out on anyone should be condemned in the highest terms and in the strongest terms possible. The reason we have a judicial system and a legal regime and a constitutional order is so that people can ventilate their differences within that framework. It needs to work, and judicial officers at every level need to take this as a sign of frustration from citizens that these systems are not working as they should.
Waita further encouraged young people to register as voters in the upcoming registration exercise set to begin on September 29th.
IEBC has been reconstituted, and now there's an opportunity for every Kenyan, young or old, who may not have registered as a voter, to register as a voter and to be in a position to exercise their democratic rights when the time comes. I think it's very important. I'm trying to get this message to as many young people as possible because, you know, I empathize with their frustrations. I empathize with their desire for good governance at all levels, particularly at county level. And I want to encourage them to use this democratic process as a means to express themselves. The ballot box is the most convenient way to express your satisfaction or dissatisfaction with leaders, and I want to encourage them to use that avenue as the preferred avenue for really putting in the kind of leaders they aspire to have.
Waita's remarks come amid growing concerns over rising insecurity and the public's declining confidence in the justice system. Reporting for Catholic Focus, I'm Maureen Kimani.
And now a quick check on the sports world. Kenya's rising starlets are sharpening their game ahead of the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualifiers. The national junior side played a friendly against Glorion's Under-16 boys as part of their build-up. The head coach Jacqueline Juma says the team is showing steady progress in training. The Starlets will take on Ethiopia in the first leg of the qualifiers on September 21st, 2025.
Naweza sema so far so good. Tulikuwa na kikosi ya watu karibu 60. So tumeenda tukitrim, tukirecall, tunatrim, tunarecall. Some of course juu documentation, others of course waja report juu shule. But kikosi tuko nao so far tukiangalia progress iko poa. Players tuna expect ni players wa police wamekuwa kitrain wakirudi of course wako na sekafa tuna understand. So the only players tunangoja watu join up ni players wa police na of course Mercy alienda na Chapadimba, so hopefully by kesho tutakuwa naye. Yeah, niko so far so good I can say. Kikosi iko poa, ni players mentally wako ready. Technically still of course hatuja get 100% but kwa somewhere 80% which is a good thing. Tactically the same. In terms of fitness naye tuko hapo. Of course team ikianza we tunaangalia pia attacking that of course tunajua away goal ina matter a lot, so tukipata opportunity definitely try to get away goal, but again lazima our defending lazima ikuwe super. Of course week 1 of course normally lazima tutafute fitness. Test match imetusaidia sana cause kuna number of minutes tulikuwa tunaangalia 45 minutes for a start, which of course tulicheza poa 45 minutes, so after hapo anything that ina happen hapo of course tunajua what to do, but target yetu ilikuwa 45 minutes given that tumewakia fitness for a few days, but hopefully the next test match tutakuwa tunatafuta either 60 to 70.
And that there brings us to the end of our Catholic Focus edition today, and we do apologize for that report from Matungulu of the Frowns scheme of the former cooperative societies, and we will bring you this report in our subsequent bulletins. Thank you for choosing Capuchin TV, and thank you for being with us as we bring you this edition of Catholic Focus and as we focus on strengthening our faith. Special thanks to the production team for enabling this bulletin. My name is Deborah Mania, and I have been with our sign language interpreter Samuel Owainena. Be blessed.
Keep watching Capuchin TV, your staunchly Catholic identity channel.